Hi guys, welcome back to Waxing On. It's Friday and we're wrapping up box set week. Getting ready for that gift giving season. Another one that might be of interest to some fans of Bob Dylan. Today we're looking at an album came out, I'm going to say near the mid 90s, somewhere in there, maybe the end of the 90s. It was probably the last tour that I actually saw Bob Dylan performing on. Haven't been to see him in a while, he hasn't been in my neighborhood, but it was an album called Together Through Life. Came on the tails of another, what I thought was a really good album was Modern Times. Now, I've been a fan of Dylan for years. I mean, I remember first hearing him in the mid-60s. I started buying the albums in the latter part of the 60s, and everything up till Blonde on Blonde I thought was pretty classic. It was unique, it was a different style. He had a really great writing. Once that motorcycle accident, he took the hiatus, came back with John Wesley Harding, things seemed to change a bit. And through there, not all the albums were classics. I mean, I'm going to be the first to admit, being a lifelong Dylan fan, not everything was a classic. Sorry. A couple albums stand out in my mind, of course, Desire, Blood on the Tracks. And there was one that got slammed a bit, and I just read a review the other day, and they still didn't like it, Hard Rain. Near the end of the Rolling Thunder review tours, they did a live album. There was a 1-hour TV special, but it only surfaced once. I've never seen it again. I've never seen the video for it. But to me, that was one great album. If you haven't had a chance to hear it, check it out. Live versions of the songs, they've had a complete turnaround. The way he delivers them here, there's just so much energy and so much angst, and it's not like the recorded version, especially when we start talking some of the ones on Blood on the Track, which was very folksy. Anyways, let's get on to today's album, Together Through Life. This one came, it's a single CD set. It came in a number of different variations. You could have received it as a 2 LP set. There was one with, I guess, 2 CDs. And this one that had 1 CD, DVD, and another CD kind of unrelated to the album. I mean, we've got the one with the original music. And that's the one I'm just going to talk about just for a moment before we get into all the extras that came with that. Together Through Life, let's just run down who's in the band. We got Bob Dylan, obviously guitar, keyboards, and vocals. Mike Campbell from Tom Petty's Heartbreakers joining in on guitar and mandolin. And the Heartbreakers backed up Bob Dylan for a while during some of his tours. We got David Hidalgo from Los Lobos on accordion guitar. Donnie Heron, steel guitar, banjo, mandolin, trumpet. Tony Garnier on bass, and George Russell on drums. Now, what's unique about this album is a lot of the songs Bob co-wrote with Robert Hunter. Now, I don't know if you remember that name. Apparently they had collaborated once before, did a couple of tunes for Down in the Groove, which was one of the albums I thought was kind of uneven, but that's neither here nor there. Robert Hunter was a lyricist for the Grateful Dead, writing partner of Jerry Garcia's. And some of their big hits were Garcia-Hunter tunes. So Bob Dylan, Robert Hunter matching up, well, you got to check that out for sure, right? Great album, I thought. Very interesting stuff. He's in that different style, but I felt it stood up very well. Box set, well, they give you extras, don't they? Hey, there's a sticker, Together Through Life. Came with it. Hey, that's a nice bonus. What else did Bob give me? He gave me a Together Through Life poster that came with it. Is that it? No, there's much more. I've got a DVD of a lost interview with Roy Silver. Roy Silver, didn't know who it was, right? One of Dylan's original managers. You'd think that would be enough to cram into this box set, but no, there's more. Here we've got Theme Time Radio Hour. Bob Dylan. Okay, this is from Friends and Neighbors series, hosted by Bob Dylan, Sirius Radio. And let's take a look and see what he's hosting tonight. Bob featuring a number of tunes by artists on here. We've got Howdy Neighbor by Porter Wagoner and Wagon Masters. Don't Take Everybody to Be Your Friend by Sister Rosetta Tharpe. Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend by T-Bone Burnett. La Valse d'Amitié by Doc Guidry. Make Friends by Moon Mulligan. My next door neighbor, Jerry McCain. Let's Invite Them Over. It's George Jones in here with Melba Montgomery. My Friends with Howlin' Wolf. We got Little Walker doing Last Night. Carole King. There's a name that doesn't seem to fit the thing, but I mean, right in here, you've got a friend. We've got Bad Neighborhood by Ronnie and the Delinquents. Neighbors by the Rolling Stones. Too Many Parties and Too Many Pals, Hank Williams and Luke the Drifter. And we wrap this up with War, doing Why Can't We Be Friends? Bob Dylan hosting Theme Time Radio Hour. Friends and Neighbors. So yeah, this came cram-packed. I mean, we've got the original album. We got guests there from Los Lobos, Tom Petty's Heartbreakers. We've got a sticker. We've got a poster. We've got Bob Dylan's radio show. We have an interview with a previous manager of Dylan. I mean, they crammed a lot into this, and it was just a real bonus, the number of things there. A great box set, a great collecting item for any Bob Dylan fan. Not sure what it runs. Again, this is something you don't get. This whole week is something you don't get online. I mean, you can't stream all the bonuses you get with hard copies. Even digital downloads where I'm paying for that individual album, I don't get the same thing as all these bonuses that come with it, right? Put that around so we can see a little better. All these bonuses that come with it. I mean, that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it special as a gift, a box set that has a lot of extras that's different than streaming. I mean, I can go on and stream this album. Sure, I can hear the music, but what about the fun things I can get? Especially this time of year when you're buying gifts for people, let's give them a little something extra. Okay, so that's it, Friday. Bob Dylan, Together Through Life. Everybody, have a great weekend. We're wrapping up November. I think we've got another week to go. And another 2 weeks. A little bit longer than I thought. So a little more shopping time for you. Next week, I think we'll try and do one more box set, and we may start getting into some seasonal music. I know people think it's a little early, but as we're crowding again, that American Thanksgiving seems to be the floodgate when things open up, and it's holiday season from there on till New Year's. We don't want to be late. Going to give you a few things to listen to. We may revisit some of the old ones. I mean, this is the third holiday season we've been doing this show, so I've got a lot of albums I talked about in 2020, 2021 that, I mean, they're still good. I still listen to them every year. I may want to revisit some of those, but this year we're going to do something a little different. We're going to go to some alternate seasonal music. It's going to be different bands, different style of tunes. If you're used to the traditional seasonal music, yeah, you're not going to get it here. We may sneak a few of those in, but there's going to be a lot of things to kind of challenge that. And a lot of things that are going to be a lot of fun to kind of work through the next few weeks. So hopefully you join us for that. Okay, wrapping it up. Everybody have a great weekend. Take care, stay safe, look out for each other. See you on Monday.